Hey, welcome to Generations of Game, the father-son podcast with my co-host Davis, and we're really excited to have Uncle Andrew is now what we're calling you, Uncle Andrew. That way he's part of the family. And I'm so pumped about this second episode here because you two are the people I talk sports with more than anybody. Andrew and I every week have a phone call and we check in. Do we check in on other things? Sometimes we talk about like family stuff or we're cooking or this or that, but it pretty much is like a sports breakdown of the week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So to be able to connect the three of us in this way is super meaningful for me. So I'm excited about it. And with that, we're gonna be talking to the GOAT over here. Davis got to go to his first basketball game. We went to an Iowa State basketball game, and it got me really reminiscing, thinking about some of my first games. And so we want to talk about that and kind of just be nostalgic a little bit. Andrew and I can geek out on some of our first moments, and yeah, and hear from you what kind of experience you had on your first game. I'm interested to hear about it for sure. But before that, I wanted his take on the NBA Cup, right? Is that officially what it's called, Andrew?
Yes.
For anybody who doesn't know, there was already a championship trophy given this season in the NBA middle of the season. So explain to Davis what's going on, because he didn't even have any idea when I said, hey, we're going to touch on the NBA Cup for just a moment. Can you tell him what it is, what happened, and your take on it? And I want to hear what his thoughts are.
Yeah, for sure. So the NBA Cup just completed its second in-season tournament. The Lakers won last year. The Milwaukee Bucks took the cup this year. And what it is it's an in-season tournament, round-robin style, where all of the teams are put into mini divisions. And there's 4 games in the preliminary round played on Tuesdays and Saturdays, right? So I think the Bucks won 6 or 7 games in a row to win the cup, except the wins in a row were only on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So if they played a back-to-back and won the cup game on Tuesday but lost on Wednesday, it wasn't part of the tournament and it doesn't count against the cup.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that they're not consecutive games either.
Yeah, they're non-consecutive games.
That's even more weird.
And then the semifinal the quarterfinal, the final 4 teams, or the final 4 teams play in Vegas, and then the championship game is in Vegas. So if in early December you're fortunate enough to go on a 6 or 7 game run against random teams that have I think they're stacked based on standings from the prior year.
Look at his face.
Yeah. So and the banner that the Bucks hoisted at the Fiserv Forum literally is a white banner with green on it that says Milwaukee Bucks 2024 NBA Cup champions. No logo, no cup logo, no Bucks logo.
The NBA doesn't actually want to claim it. They don't even want to put their logo on it.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us this. Now, the reason for this, I believe, is just to create a little bit more hype and energy, something to play for, have meaningful games in December versus feeling like people are phoning it in, or it's people aren't getting hyped up enough, and they're trying to recreate the energy of the playoffs early on in the season to gain some momentum. So do you think this is a good thing for basketball? Do you think it doesn't matter one way or the other? Or do you think this is trash?
Lower than dirt.
So you and Andrew are in
Like,
total agreement, because Andrew had the same thing to say. He was like,
what if a player gets hurt in this?
no, it's just like a normal season, normal game. It's whatever.
Yeah, they get hurt and they can't play the rest of the season, then their team loses the championship.
It's still part of their 82 game season, right? So they still be doing that.
So they don't. So they play on Saturdays and Tuesdays, and they don't play any other days of the week.
No, they do, and I forgot that there's games that are interspersed between those games, which is strange to me. It's strange that it wouldn't just be here it is consecutively.
Nope.
And so Andrew obviously is a Bucks fan. We know that. And so his team won the cup. Dame got his first chip. With Andrew, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Even if, like, let's say, like how you root for the Los Angeles
The Lakers?
Lakers. If I'm a Lakers fan and I hear, oh, the Lakers won this in-season NBA Cup, I don't care.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that they had won it.
Yeah.
Andrew had to remind me of it. And he's like, yeah, in year 2. I was like, oh yeah, who won last year? He's like, the Lakers. I was like, oh, I'm a horrible fan because I completely forgot about that. But why would you? Like, it is borderline meaningless. Now, there was one thing that I did like about it is that just like performance in playoffs, teams are monetarily incentivized. They got $500,000 for everybody who's on the team. And Giannis had something to say about, do you remember the player's name who he basically was like, hey, we're going to win this and we're going to buy you a house in Iowa.
Yeah.
He's originally from Iowa.
I don't remember the player's name, but he's on a 2-way contract. And so, like, the chances of him playing in an actual NBA game with meaningful minutes are pretty small, but he did have the opportunity to go through this financially life-changing experience for he and his family.
So for the small role player guys or the guys who are on a 2-way contract, or the guys who are not going to see meaningful minutes, to be able to get a serious payday for them, that to me, that was cool. I don't know if it needs to be hyped up to the level of like we're hoisting a banner into the rafters in Milwaukee or in LA, but I think creating an opportunity for those players to have a meaningful financial incentive, that to me was interesting.
Like,
it is cool that they get to play people in the other conference, right? Or
as part of that, yeah. Who did they beat in the championship?
The Bucks beat Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, that's right. That's what I thought.
But it was interesting because they played the Hawks. They played the Atlanta Hawks in the quarterfinal. That game was in Las Vegas. And the Atlanta Falcons were playing the Raiders in Vegas that weekend. So the arena was stacked with Atlanta fans because they traveled to see the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that David Silver apparently is reconsidering, along with the 3-point line, is whether there should actually be home court advantage all the way through instead of making it a Vegas or a neutral court thing, because not that it was tilted in that particular game, but overall they're saying they're not feeling the energy that you were talking about a minute ago with on a neutral court in early to mid-December for games that literally count towards the standings and don't mean any more or less than any other game.
Yeah, you don't get 1.5 wins for every win in the tournament. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you and prime us a little bit. We'll get our basketball caps on. Last time we talked football, but basketball caps on because you got to go to an Iowa State versus Morgan State basketball game. Your first ever time at Hilton. You got to experience Hilton magic. And what did you think? Give us your raw thoughts on being at your first college basketball game.
I don't like how the stadium's set up. Like, it felt like so nauseous. I was so high up, and I could,
because of the way, right, they build them. They're like, even if you're on the second level up where we were, you're still way up high. Okay, so you are
like,
afraid of heights. That's the deal.
If I looked straight, I'd be fine. Like, I'd be looking at the top of the
at the jumbotron.
And I'd be fine. But then I looked down, and since it's slanted, it's kind of nauseous.
So that really, like, once you got into the rhythm, did it take away from the game itself?
No, it was fine. I hated going up the stairs. I didn't care about going down, but going up to our seat was just.
Listen to this kid. So we have to sit courtside, Andrew, from now on.
Yep.
Terrible problem to have.
Yeah. This kid's so bougie. He's like, no. I'm not going to be up there with the common folk.
Yeah.
Well, and we're gonna have to play nice with Uncle Rick, who we're gonna see a little bit, who owns Wallaby's Bar and Grill, the sports bar here, who's buddies with everybody in sports in Iowa State, and they have season tickets. So they had already said, hey, if you guys want a couple games, let us know, and Davis could go that. But I wanted to take him to his first one, not using the super nice high-end tickets, and just to be sure that he actually like enjoyed the game, that him and his brother enjoyed the game, and we did. I think we had a good time. You got pictures with Cy, the mascot. That was super fun. You got the Cyclone.
Got turned away
Cup.
by a stupid security guard.
Oh yeah, tell him about that. So we stayed afterwards to get autographs, and you got Fish's autograph.
Yeah, we got Fish's, and then we're like on one side of the like
arena,
and Taman had made his way from where they come out of the tunnel to where people can walk around.
Yeah, Taman Lipsy, they're starting point guard.
And me and Wesley ran around with the poster to get his autograph, and the like security guard or whatever said, no, he needs to go get it with his family. And then this like teenager comes up and says, can I get like a quick selfie? And the security guard's like, no. And he's like, please, really quick. And then he lets him have the selfie, and he's like this. And he's like, oh, I forgot to click the app. And then it takes like 2 more minutes, and we're like, can we have our signature? And he's like, no.
Oh man. All right, so here's the thing though. I mean, now you've been in the mix. Now you know what it takes. Now you know where those guys come out, when they come out. Like, and he's got a poster. His brother have a poster that's got all the players on the poster. So he wants to get a signature of each player on
specifically Milan Momcilovic.
And Milan Momcilovic is his favorite player. What's his story? Isn't he from Wisconsin? I think he's a Wisconsin kid. I think he might have been like Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin a few years ago. I think he's a sophomore now.
Is he a sophomore?
I think he might have been Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin. We're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Andrew. I want to hear your first experience on some sporting. First baseball game, first basketball, first football game. What do you remember?
Oh man, first Brewers game was probably 1977 at Old Milwaukee County Stadium. I remember my dad took my brother and myself, and we each got to bring a buddy. First Packers game was a preseason game against the Falcons, played also at Milwaukee County Stadium, because there was a period of time when the Packers played 3 home games a year in Milwaukee at County Stadium, because Lambeau Field was smaller at that point, and it generated more revenue. First minor league baseball game was when I was in law school in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I was an inaugural season ticket holder of the St. Paul Saints, which was at that time a revival of the old Northern League. The St. Paul Saints have now moved from independent baseball to an MLB affiliate, and they are the Minnesota Twins AAA team. But at the time, Bill Veeck, Mike Veeck's son, who had owned the White Sox and was famous for the disco demolition promotion
Chicago White Sox
at Old Comiskey Park. And Bill Murray was a minority owner, and it was not strange to see him taking tickets at the old turnstiles.
Remember Bill Murray? The original Space Jam, remember him? The funny guy? Oh yeah, you remember Bill Murray, don't you?
Oh, was it the catcher?
Yeah,
catcher.
Bill Murray. You've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He really likes Bill Murray.
Okay,
he's one of those guys. Yeah, Momcilovic, who, wow, is the 37th ranked player in the country right now.
Oh, he's from Pewaukee.
Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Where's that?
About a half hour outside of Milwaukee.
Yeah, figured. Pewaukee, Milwaukee. Okay. All right. My memory, and I've shared this before, and excited to share it again, was when I was 11 years old. So basically your age. You're about to be 11. When I was 11 years old, Aunt Janie, Dad's older sister, Pops' older sister, took me to Chavez Ravine for the first time. Chavez Ravine is where the Dodgers play.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it was on a giveaway day for Ramon Martinez, who's Pedro Martinez's older brother. They were both pitchers for the Dodgers at that time. This would have been 1993. And I got this plasticky, really cheap, crappy blue glove that had his name on it. And I remember we went like 2 hours before the game so I could see batting practice, see warm-ups, and make sure I got one of the gloves. And Ramon Martinez was pitching that day. Remember, I'll never, ever forget that. And I still give credit to Aunt Janie for, look at the Dodgers cap I'm wearing right now, like being a Dodgers fan. So I remember that. I also remember your first Dodgers game. This would have been 2018 at Coors Field. And because, yeah, we'd always go see every Rockies game where the Dodgers were in town, right? It was fun. Yeah.
Watching the Rockies go.
Pretty sure we went to the, the like play area that's underneath the rock pile.
Oh, yeah.
I think we watched most of the game on the TV there, and they just played, and Betsy and I just watched the game. It was her, and then his younger brother Wesley was a couple years old. You would have been like 4. Yeah. And Clayton Kershaw was on the mound. So that's a big deal. Your first ever baseball game, Clayton Kershaw pitched. So someday when that guy retires, I buy you a Clayton Kershaw jersey. We try and get it signed by Kershaw. You're going to be like, my first ever game. I saw you pitch from the play place.
From the play place, sitting on the hot dog.
From the play place at Coors Field. What about that? Do you remember any games at Coors Field? Did you like Coors Field as a stadium?
Yeah.
It's a good stadium. Do you like it, Andrew?
I think it's a great place to see a ball game.
My favorite,
not a Rockies game.
My favorite
as long as you're not a Rockies fan.
Right.
I like how you like, I think it might just be because I've been there a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but like if I see something, I know where I am. Like the big baseball in the truck,
Mm-hmm.
or the playgrounds, or the
like it's got a lot of landmarks that you like.
I can find my way around. And also,
yeah, you like going up to the rooftop.
The Nationals game that we watched,
mm-hmm.
Where we went really early with Jaden,
your
friend,
buddy,
and we got, since Wesley was in the Little League, we got to walk around the edge of the field before the game. We went up to our seats, had a bunch of sugar. Like Jaden had like, what was that? Like a sugar overload after.
Then his friend had a total meltdown. Total meltdown. Got like sick and stuff, all from just his parents gave him a little like
credit card,
like prepaid credit card type thing to just go get whatever he wanted.
Oh.
And he kind of got lost in the mix of the different parents who were kind of like watching out for all the kids. And he ate himself sick. Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, anyway.
I've eaten myself sick at the ballpark before.
Then we went over to Tripp's house, my other friend that was there. And I fell asleep at 5.
That's a full day.
And then I woke up and had pancakes at 11.
That's amazing. That is quite a memory. Yeah, that was cool, Andrew. That's when we got to walk on the field for like Little League Day.
Oh, nice.
So I got to walk with both the boys. If you look at like the banner on Facebook and on YouTube and stuff, that's the back of their jerseys from a picture I took walking on the field with them. That was super cool. I mean, as far as like baseball bucket list stuff, walking on the field, pretty dang cool. Like that was awesome. I was always jealous that my younger sister got to sing the national anthem with her school. She went to like a performing arts school in elementary school.
Wait, which one?
And I don't even remember what it's called. Oh, which sister?
Yeah.
Lindsay. and they got to go sing the national anthem at Jack Murphy Stadium,
Nice.
the old horrible stadium.
My coolest on-field experience was the fall of 1984. I had a buddy, Jim Fox, who I went to high school with, and his uncle was an advertising executive in Chicago, and they got a contract with the Chicago Cubs. And so we got to go on the field after the season was over and pick ivy leaves off the outfield wall. And then the bank.
What?
Yeah. And so the bank that they had this contract with had little lucite plaques, the Cubs logo in it, an ivy leaf pressed inside. And it said the year the ivy smiled, and then whatever bank it was that was the sponsor on the bottom.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pulling ivy off of the wall.
Yep.
At Wrigley.
And of course, doing this at Wrigley, the Brewers were still in the American League, but I was wearing my Milwaukee Brewers satin blue starter jacket and a Brewers baseball cap while I was picking ivy.
Let's go. The starter's jacket, 1984. I like it. Oh, you stealing my phone? Let's give Andrew bucket list stuff. My number one is throwing out a first pitch at Dodger Stadium. I'm just like manifesting now. Throwing out a first pitch at Dodger Stadium. Maybe you and I would like do it together. We'd be like, welcome from Generations of Game. Welcome, Jensen and Davis Cummings.
I don't know if I can
like that.
Throw a pitch that far.
Well, they'll let you get a little closer. Oh no. This might be a few years from now. You're gonna be whipping balls in. You already have a cannon for an arm. Don't worry. Give you 2 or 3 more years, you'll be throwing the ball further than me. What are you talking about? For sure. All right, let's take a couple more minutes. And you know who's really good at trivia?
Who?
Andrew is really good at trivia. Andrew's the one that I know a decent amount of trivia, but Andrew knows crazy stuff like how many years players have left on their contract. It's like I didn't even know this guy had a contract. That sounds amazing. We should look into that. We should give our guys some contracts.
Yeah, I don't know dates and stuff.
Yeah, Andrew knows the specifics of all those. So what's some trivia you want to ask him? Like we like what we've been doing with football. What college they went to? What college did Jordan Love go to?
Jordan Love went to Utah State.
Utah State. See, you got any hard ones that you could ask him? What about some other players? What college they went to?
I'm thinking.
Who else on their team? What about Watson?
Christian Watson went to North Dakota State University.
Looking at something.
He's double checking his answer, but he's right. What do you think? What's a good one? Past players.
Past? Oh gosh.
Can you name one of Giannis Antetokounmpo's brothers?
Alex Antetokounmpo.
Well, I know you can.
Thanasis.
Yes.
He's the one. I mean, he's the one that plays. Well,
actually, I don't know what Thanasis does anymore because he seems to be at an awful lot of Bucks games in the first row. Not.
Yeah. And dress is he? He can't be in the G League then because he's at way too many games.
He's not in the G League, and he's not under contract with the Bucks anymore.
Okay, is he just hype man for his brother, or
I think so.
Is he like a consultant?
That's what he was for the last 5 years, anyway.
They just had to give him a contract.
Thanasis Alex.
Because that's what they wanted.
Just Thanasis Alex.
We watched the was it a 30-30 documentary or just the Antetokounmpo documentary or Giannis, whatever it was called?
I think it was on Netflix.
Was it on Netflix? It was good.
It was good.
It was really good.
I don't remember all of their brothers. One of them got left behind in Greece.
That was the oldest brother.
That was the oldest. And then I know Alex and Thanasis, but there was one more.
At least. I think there's like 5
of them. It was Giannis,
right?
Alex. No, Giannis.
Giannis is like in the middle. I think it was the oldest brother, Thanasis, Giannis, somebody, and then Alex.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Come on, give them one more, or two more trivia questions.
I don't know. You usually ask the trivia.
I know. This is why I wanted to flip the script a little bit. Have you asked some? I mean, I'll keep just like throwing some out there while you're like thinking about it, but come on. The people want you to ask some trivia. People want to know what's going on in your head. That's what's up.
So asking the question and asking a question.
Who won the MVP the last year that the Super Bowl MVP, the last year that the Packers won the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Would have been a safe guess to go with, but okay.
Do you know what year it was? Last time they won.
2015.
Ooh. 2010?
It was the 2010 season, the 2011 Super Bowl.
11 Super Bowl. Yeah. How about who they played in the AFC? They're good this year. They're going to make the playoffs this year. We've talked about they might be your fifth team when we talked about your top four.
Vikings? No, they're in the NFC.
They're in the NFC. It kind of brings it down to two teams. I hope I'm right.
Chiefs?
I think I'm right.
Chiefs.
No. Number 5 best team. You had the Bills, Lions, Chiefs, and
Bills, Eagles, Lions, Chiefs.
okay.
And then I had the Steelers. Oh, Steelers.
Oh,
I
them.
blanked out for a second. I thought they were the NFC.
Right? They played the Steelers?
Yeah, they did. Ben
Yeah.
Roethlisberger.
Right?
Ooh. I
was-
thought that they did. And
It was
Big Ben.
it was the first Super Bowl played in Jerryland.
Yeah.
Jerryland?
The
In Arlington.
Dallas Cowboys, whatever, AT&T Stadium or whatever it is now.
Oh, that was the first year it opened?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, they beat Big Ben.
Who's Big Ben?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Burger?
What college did Ben Roethlisberger go to?
Miami University, Oxford, Ohio.
Yeah. You know who else went there?
Miami?
University of Miami, Ohio.
Miami University.
Miami University.
The one in Florida is the University of Miami.
Yeah.
Miami University, Oxford, Ohio was a university before Florida was a state.
What?
They're both named after the Miami Indian tribe.
Well, and Andrew, why do you know this school so well?
Because I went to school there.
Because he went to school there.
Wait, but
Look how we made that connection all the way from the 2010 Super Bowl to Andrew's collegiate days.
wait, hang on.
And he went to the same school that Ben Roethlisberger, who's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah,
I would say.
I would say so. He won 2 Super Bowls.
So in 2010,
Lost one.
Florida wasn't even a state.
No. That school has been in existence longer than Florida has been a state. That's an old school.
So what was it?
Old school.
No, what was
What
Florida?
year was it?
was
A
Florida?
territory, probably. Or maybe it was still owned by the Spanish at that point.
Was it a different state? Was it did a different state own it?
Mm.
There are 2 head coaches in the NFL that went to school at Miami of Ohio.
See, here we go. Okay, NFC or AFC? Let's figure it out.
One of
Let's-
each.
One of each. Okay, let's start with the NFC.
Do I
first.
have to say the name, or can I say the team that they
And
coach?
no, we got to get their name. NFC East.
Know any names?
NFC West and AFC East. No, I'm sorry, AFC North.
AFC North. What teams are in the AFC North?
Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Ravens.
Okay, so who are coaches? Stefanski,
Jim Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh went to Miami University.
Yo, good job.
That's like
Okay,
the one coach I know.
hey, you got lucky then. Okay, NFC West. Then we have Seahawks,
Seahawks,
Cardinals,
Cardinals,
Rams,
49ers.
49ers. So you know a couple guys in that.
Oh, what's
McDonald,
what? Sean McVay.
McVay.
Sean McVay.
Nailed it. Good job, dude.
I was about to say the 49ers.
We never know where this show is going to go. All of a sudden, we're obscure Miami
University trivia.
Miami University trivia. That's awesome. That's a pretty good show. How you feel about that? We got to touch on the NBA Cup, Andrew's new absolute favorite part of the NBA season. We got to touch on your first game and some of our memories from first games. And we got to do a little bit of trivia. That's a well-rounded show. What do you think?
Toodles.
All right, everyone. We appreciate you for tuning in. That is it for episode 2 of Generations of Game. We'll see you soon. Cheers.